34-foot Thor Fun Mover, a lesser-known brand of the Thor motorized segment. This is a toy hauler motorhome coming in down here at Haylet RV Brokers of Coldwater, Michigan. And I'm going to call this thing a party bus because I think this thing, like, man, if these walls could talk, I wonder what they would have seen. But the thing is, the word party bus, it kind of sounds like maybe some good old boys beat up on it. That doesn't appear to be the case here. In fact, some people spent some serious money on this thing. Now, I'm also going to call this thing a little bit of an RV mullet because it is all business in the front and it is a party in the rear. Kind of like a mullet. So this is not the original arrangement on this thing. There have been two previous owners of this RV, both of which used it for unconventional reasons. But I think that makes sense because this is a very unconventional piece right here. So the most recent owners used it to haul band equipment to get from gig to gig. Now when you hear, oh, it's band owned, it sounds like a bunch of boys all beat up on this thing. They appear to really respect their property here. They were not rough and tumble, at least not on the RV. I don't know what they were like on stage. I know that when I played live music, I used to be a little bit different on stage than I am in person. Anybody who ever saw me can verify that. But the owner before that, he's the one that spent $10,000 basically putting like a FedEx lift gate, or Tommy gate sometimes they're called, on the back of this thing. So they gave it almost like a box truck style roll-up door. And what he used it for was he would go to those like fancy pants bike shows where people stand around and look at each other's equipment and all drool over things and all the chrome, which sounds like fun right now. And he would use this to lift his show Harley up and down. So, like, the thing with a lot of motorhome toy haulers, any toy hauler, the ramp doors are usually very steep and it's not fun always going up and down those, especially backwards. So this one, there is no up and down. You drive up on the gate, you go up and down with the power lift, and then you just roll it in. It's simple and easy. And the thing is, this gate works like a charm. Check this out. I can do most of this one-handed in real time. So we lift it up just to get those tabs past there. I'm going to put this over here so that, you know, I'm not just dropping it. And then, you know, that's a big hunk of steel. And actually there's another transition flap that folds out past that. But what's nice is with one hand, you can drop the big heavy portion and it doesn't fall on you and crush your head because it has these ridiculously rated assist struts right there. Now you can see by that sticker, this has a 1,600 pound load limit. So that's quite a bit, as it were. Grab this guy, bring it down. Now you can bring it down all the way to the ground before you flip that other flap out. You could do it halfway, whatever is easiest for you, but just bring it right on down here. Boom, we're there. We're at ground level. We're gonna set this back over here. Then, now this doesn't have an assist strut, but now we're at ground level, so it's not that big a deal. Now, I'm a computer guy with chicken arms, and if I can do it with one hand, you can do it. Then, you just put your bike on there, set your parking brake and whatnot. Obviously, you still want to hold on to it, but that's what's nice about that handheld remote control. You could be standing on that lift gate going up with it and roll it in there. Now, I think in theory this could work well for people with power chairs, but the garage to living room door is a little tight, so I don't know that it's necessarily like handy, you know, accessible, as it were. But when we get in that garage, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see that they spent more money than just the lift gate. It has like a completely custom, really cool garage arrangement. This has, I'm just eyeballing it right now, but it has about a 10-foot garage, and of course, being a motorhome, it is a wide-body product. And I tell you, being on the elevator up here on this lift gate, this is pretty darn cool, guys. Just kind of cruising up on this thing. Now you can see, because it was originally a ramp model, there is a dovetail here for easier loading, which still does kind of help you because the platform will actually go up to this level. I didn't raise the gate all the way, obviously. There's 9 tie downs in here. And there's a Happy Jack power bed lift system in here, which if you ever want that drop down for bonus sleeping space, you could always turn this into something like a private second bedroom, which is really cool. And in some respects, it's kind of the primary bedroom now that I think about it, because it's not a conventional motorhome, so this is really taking place of the bed. This is the bedroom. Okay, anyway, sorry. I had to kind of wrap my head around that. Again, it's an unconventional piece, and a lot of my normal things I would say don't really apply here. I like the tall diamond plate so you don't have any bumps. Now, you see this ladder right here? Well, you look up and basically they created for themselves like a custom escape hatch so that depending on where they were at, and I think this would be amazing. Oh my God, this would be the best rig ever for NASCAR folks. Load a golf cart in here or whatever. Then you could climb right up to the roof of your RV, get up on the roof and watch the races. Now, understand from a safety perspective, I don't recommend doing that, but I know people do it. So, you know, do what you want to do. Soft touch ceiling liner, even back here in the garage. So when you close that ramp door, it's still quiet back here, which is nice. Now, dedicated AC just for the garage. This doesn't feed the living room, and there are no AC vents running through the ceiling from the living compartment. There's central air in the living compartment. There's no centrally ducted air back here. That way, if you're loading something with exhaust, you're not going to get fumes back feeding into the living area. Now, this cabinetry work here all looks custom. And the walls look like they were painted at some point, but it looks great back here. Dedicated entertainment center, just different, fun. You see the name Fun Mover, and it sounds so rudimentary, elementary, childish, but I think it is truly the most appropriate name for this RV. I've never seen one exactly like this, but then again, I've never seen somebody spend $10,000 on a power liftgate for the back of a motorhome with, custom fabrication applied to it. So, there's that. So walking in from that garage kind of puts us back to where we began when I said she's business in the front. And that's what's nice about this thing. It doesn't have, like, a motocross toy hauler, extreme-ish kind of interior. It's just nice, light, bright, kind of creamy furniture. Generic neutral cherry-ish tone woodworks and stuff, but sharp color palette, nice contrast, it looks good, windows all over the place. That soft touch ceiling liner really drowning out a lot of noise in here, which is nice. I mean, it's a tale of two cities. The front and the back of this thing could not be more dynamically different. Now, I suspect from the days when it was used as a band mover that quite a bit of sleeping time was invested on that hide-a-bed, and quite a bit of hangout time between gigs was invested there, because the seating looks used. But I mean, again, you hear band, you think rough and tumble. It's not torn up, it's just used. It's not snagged, scarred, stained. I mean, I'm not super concerned with any of what I see here. This thing is, dude, when I was playing music, first of all, we weren't that good, but we had a lot of fun. People told us we were all right, but I don't know. Anyway, if we'd have had a party bus like this, dude, holy crap, this would have been the coolest experience ever. Like, I'm having serious jealous vibes going on. Up front here, we are in a Ford chassis, by the way, Triton V10 power plant. Normally I would say 10,000 pound towing 5,000 pound towing package, but with the garage on this, I doubt you're going to be doing any towing behind it. It looks like at some point somebody had replaced the backup camera system, but they put one in and they mounted it nicely. It looks like it's Bluetooth. It seems to work pretty nicely. Jensen all-in-one stereo system below that. Taking a pass over the steering wheel here, you can see there is a brake controller installed, so somebody at some point must have done some towing. Maybe they put more cargo in it. Hold on, I don't know if you can even see that. There we go. There we go. That yellow tag's where the brake controller's installed. And then we've got our equalizer automatic leveling controls over here. Power mirrors. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Now, since a lot of this RV is eaten up by that garage, they had limited living space. But giving it those opposing slide outs, and if you're really paying attention, the sofa, all of this overhead cabinetry, and the microwave, range hood, stovetop, and storage below that, that's all part of one slide out. By combining part of that kitchen into the slide out, they opened it up in here dramatically and created a lot of nice open space. Remember, we were dual air conditioning. The living room air conditioning in here, and like the bathroom is all ducted together. But the garage air, again, completely separate. Only 144 hours on the generator. So it's not like they just stayed off grid and just murdered the generator. There's some driving miles on this thing, but none of this appears to be hard miles. The tires look good. We'll see those outside. Nice storage here in the kitchen. Good, good space. But, I mean, you know what? I'm not even going to just gloss over that. Hold on. Let me open this up and do this right. Because, again, there's some pretty good storage in here. And, frankly, if I'm going to really do it right, the kitchen storage kind of starts all the way up here. Because I don't want to miss this up here. This is nice and deep. And I mean, the hardware is all buttery smooth. You got these hidden hinges, everything working real nice. Hardwood cabinet doors, not scarred up. Once again, it wasn't beat up, I mean, by any stretch. The microwave has been replaced with a toaster oven, but, and it is secured, by the way. It's not going to just fall on you in transit. And I'm cool with that because, frozen pizzas. Am I right? Now, adjustable shelving in that overhead cabinet. We'll see some more in a pantry next to the fridge in just a second. And just great gobs of drawer space right here. I love that. All easy to access. Two-way fridge, so you got your cold drinks and food on hand, whether you're on-grid, off-grid, parked, hookups, no hookups. And then, moving past the pantry, there is this huge closet space. And, I started to get really impressed by this. And I checked on the internet, and I was like, how much storage is in this thing? And here is the result according to Google.
This RV has, scientifically speaking, a crap ton of storage. Also, you should probably delete your browser history. You have a problem, man.
Dude, what? Moving on. Across from that closet, you see the bathroom door opens up to kind of cut this off right here if you need to, but you have a fully enclosed, privatized, stand-alone bathroom. Porcelain foot flush stool there, easy step-in shower, and again, not dirty, not scarred up, banged up. This, respected. I think that's the word that really describes this RV best. It's cool, it's fun, it's different, but it has absolutely been respected by the previous ownership. Jumping outside from the ground level up, generally looks all right. Couple little things we're going to point out. You can see obviously the tires are looking good. I don't see bad tread patterns. I don't see dry rotting. Everything there looks fine. Skin looks good. It was kept clean. And behind that slide, huge power awning. Not power, I'm sorry, manual awning, pardon me. This is a little bit previous to the power awning wave that sort of swept through the entire industry. The slide awnings over the slides are looking good, naturally, wide body. And, giving you that extra living and loading space that everybody seems to always want and enjoy. Being, I mentioned previously, but Ford chassis, Triton V10 gas power plant, about the only thing we love them for the strength and the reliability. They do eat the gas, but I mean, what motorhome doesn't just guzzle fuel, I mentioned 144 hours on the generator, and this actually has a Guardian brand generator, which is not the common generator you usually see. Like Onan is often the default that you assume to be in a generator, but Guardian Generacs they've been around for a while. They do a heck of a good job. Now, considering it is a gas Class A, it doesn't have a full pass-through compartment like a diesel might. But any little nook and cranny they could, you're going to find open pockets like this, and you can see these compartments all the way down the line. That would be all your sewer hookups and emptying space in there, by the way. I've left a few of the more significant pockets open so that you can see in here, take a look at things. Now, one thing I don't want to gloss over, because if we see something, we say something at Haylett RV. I think at some point that vent must have had some kind of seam failure, because it's very obvious when you see it in person, but there is a skin bubble here. I'm going to try to weave my way around it so that maybe the light reflects off it, but we are on the shade side of the coach, so I don't know how well that's going to show up. It does, I don't know. I don't think it's solid as can be underneath, so it's just skin delamination, because this is just as solid over here. You folks deserve to know about it. I'm not going to hide something like that. We've talked about a bunch of fun, really, really cool things. The RV overall is in excellent, excellent shape. I see no indication that is a current problem. That looks to be a historical issue on there. But again, you deserve to know about it. I think we pretty much nailed it, man. I don't know. Oh yeah, outside entertainment station, TV inside that compartment. I didn't even open that. There's so much going on here. I got so distracted by all the other fun stuff on this. When I started playing with that lift gate, I was like, this is cool. So we're gonna just take a quick pass through the storage compartments, and I just welcome you folks. If you have any other questions, which I'm sure you do, if you need more information on this, totally reasonable that you might, give our team here at Haylett RV a call. We are more than happy to go deep diving in to research whatever information we can. When you get something like this in the used market, it's often hard for us to have like every single spec and detail available for you. But if we need to do a little bit more research to make you feel comfortable to make the trip to come see us, we're happy to do so, guys. We get that there's a cheaper way to spend the weekend, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a more different, fun, cool, unique way to spend a weekend. This is awesome. You know what else this could be really cool for? You know those people that have like the parachute go-karts with like a giant blade fan stuck on the back of it, and they go like power parasailing through the sky? This could be good for hauling one of those to different destinations. There's so many different weird, fun things you could do with this because of that power gate that you just couldn't ever pull off on something else. Frankly, you could use it to haul a jet ski around. It doesn't even have to be a land-based toy. How cool would that be? I mean, there's just all kinds of different stuff you could do with it. This thing's great. So give us a call, obviously. We do it all. A Haylett RV Brokers of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy Haylett camping, everyone.